What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? I see we got Aquarium Co-op in the house. I had to wear my Aquarium Co-op shirt. I think I got it like... Oh, let me turn this off. You guys don't get background noise. There we go. So I had to wear my Aquarium Co-op shirt. Corey, I think I got it off him maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So I had to support the co-op because Corey had a turtle egg hatch yesterday. So that's exciting. So if you guys didn't see that video, go check it out. It's on his YouTube page. It was really cool to watch. I went back and I actually just watched it a little bit ago. So it is really cool. Well, let me go through. We got Corey in the house. We got Niecy's here. She's not first, but she was third. McMurray Farms. What's going on? Star fans here. We got Matterber. How do? Doing good. Doing real good. Corey's just working like normal. McMurray Farm says that turtle video got you a lot of subscribers. Well, it's either that or his weekend with Aqua Pros, because that was a big success. Aquarium Cup said, well, I'll have to wait for analytics, but it's most likely the collaboration video that came out on Aqua Pro's channel that did it. Yeah, I didn't see the video yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. We got the Fish Nerd saying first few. We got Fisher boxes. Wow, I'm terrible. Yo, we got Justin from H2O Plants here. He says, "Where's the unboxing?" So we didn't get the import in yet, but what we want to do is discuss basically what we want to do and what we want to get in. So I want to get your guys' feedback on what type of shrimp you guys are interested in, or at least what type of shrimp are your favorites, and then we can kind of go from there. Everly Sickless says, "Is the party starting?" Yes, it is. Kang Lee's in the house. What's going on, Kang Lee? He says, "How's it going, everybody? I know I'm doing good." And so there's a lot of good stuff going on. Let me pause this video. We got Deluxe Shrimps in the house. I was waiting for a live feed. Causing Trouble in the Tank says he's the 11th post. FNS Fish House says, "Yay, the turtle hatch." Victor Day Conic. Hello from Belgium. What's going on, Belgium? Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff going on today. Basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of talk with you guys and kind of figure out what shrimp we like, what shrimp are our favorites, what shrimp do you guys want to see, and then kind of go from there. And I also want to give you guys some announcements, some cool things that I have planned that I think are going to be really fun for the channel, really fun for you guys to watch. And so I'm really excited with the future of Flip Aquatics and what we have going on. And so let me read a few more comments, let a couple more people shuffle in, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes. We got FNS Fish House here. What's going on? Sophie Kurtzen says hello from Sweden. How's Sweden this time of year? I bet you it's beautiful. Last Windbreaker says, "Can't leave the house until my shrimp get here." Oh, did you get them from us? That's awesome. If you could tell me live how they arrived and all that, that'd be really cool. Justin, no tacos today. Slayman says, "I love shrimp." I love shrimp too. Obviously, if I have a YouTube channel where all I talk about is shrimp, I really must love them. Laura says the Netherlands says, "Hey there." What's going on, Netherlands and Laura? Starfan6299. I don't know what that is. I can only imagine. BW says, "When you import, where are you getting them from? Taiwan, South Asia, or Southeast Asia?" We actually get them from Taiwan. That's the only place I've ordered shrimp in from so far. I'm sure it's not going to be the only place and not the last place, but that's where we've been getting them in right now, or getting them from. And so yep, Taiwan it is. And then we got FNS says, "Get the orange shrimp in." We have a ton of orange shrimp. A ton of orange shrimp. Ezekiel Leo says, "My favorite are painted fire reds." Nice. We we ordered in a bunch of painted fire reds, but honestly, they weren't all painted fire reds. Like, some were Sakuras, some were fire reds, a few were painted fire reds. So it really wasn't as many as I was anticipating. Like, the quality wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Bookshelf Aquatics says, "What's for lunch?" I actually just had like a protein bar. So here it is. Literally, I just ate it. It's a Quest protein bar, cookies and cream, or just chocolate chip cookie dough. It's delicious. Well, it's not really delicious, but it's a good like little snack while you're doing stuff. Let's see. We got Dylan Knott says, "Orange-eyed blue tigers." I love orange-eyed blue tigers, so I'm on board with you there. Let's see. McMurray says, "Haven't seen you show any snowball shrimp." We actually do have a tank of snowball shrimp. We didn't import any, but we have a tank of them, and so that's a good call. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna write notes down if I can find my pen, and then we can come up with some really cool shrimp. And then always when you need a pen is when you can't find one. Here we go. I got a pencil. Sorry, I got a pencil. So, snowballs. I'll have to do an update on those. Let's see. We got a super chat from my man Justin. H2O Plants. You guys check him out if you haven't seen his YouTube channel. He does a really, really good job. He imports, or he buys, I don't know where he gets his plants from. I don't think he imports, but he gets plants in, he grows a lot, he propagates a lot, and he does a live stream every Sunday like me and Corey. And he said, "Give me all the shrimps. Everyone smash that like button and share. YouTube isn't paying money anymore, so it's up to us. You going to the Reefapalooza in New York." Well, thank you so much, first of all, Justin. I really do appreciate it. I always love it when people are supporting us and trying to get other people to like and share. That's awesome. YouTube isn't paying money anymore. Yeah, they definitely decreased their pay, but I mean, what are you gonna do? And then yeah, I actually will be at the Reefapalooza in New York. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be with Dustin from Dustin's Fish Tanks, and hopefully I'll have a decent amount of shrimp and all that, and I can bring it to the show, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time to walk around and hang out with vendors and stuff like that. So I'm gonna use it just as like a fun time, like walking around, meeting people, doing some videos, stuff like that. So it'll be good. So Justin, I'll see you there. That'll be a lot of fun. But back to the favorite shrimp and what we want to import and things like that, because we are getting ready to do another import order probably in the next couple weeks. We have some preparations to make, and I'll get to those in a little bit. So we got Last Windbreaker saying high grade blue bolts. I actually really like that, and I was thinking about that. Blue bolt. So I really agree with that. Thank you for the suggestion. Jake577 says, "Dude." What's up, dude? Jake. Hman27 says, "What's up, Rob? Just finishing acclimating 10 fantasy blue dreams that I received from you today. All live. Very beautiful. Doing great so far." That's really good news. That starts making me feel a lot better. Whenever you ship out as many packages as we did, you definitely get a little nervous with, like, if something goes wrong, like, that's going to hurt. And so it's really good to hear that your order went well. And thank you so much for placing the order. We really appreciate your support. Last Windbreaker said Royal Blue Tigers. We have so many breeding colonies of Royal Blues, we're just sold out. And they're so expensive to import. Like I would have to sell them for like $40 to make sense for me to even import them. So yeah, it's a brutal one. Cost in Trouble in the Tank says, Belgian beer, yum. Hey, to each their own. Michael Hoffman in the house. What's going on, Michael? He said, "Hey, Rob." Slayman Sass says, "All my shrimp are swimming around like wild today." That probably means we're getting ready to breed. Michael Hoffman said, "When will you have a mono shrimp?" I actually do have a mono shrimp for sale. I just haven't posted them on the website. I don't know why. I just didn't. And you just reminded me I need to. So mono shrimp. I literally probably have 400 or 500 Amano shrimp that I haven't listed yet. So I really do need to do that. Thank you for reminding me. Victor de Convox said, yay, Kosen, which I'm guessing is beer. BW said, do you ever think about selectively breeding to get your own range of colors and variations? Yes, so originally our plan was, and this is moving into something else, we have a second breeding room. And our plan was to use the second breeding room as like a selective breeding. And now, since we're starting to import, we're actually finishing the second breeding room, hopefully in the next week or two. And we will use that for some big ponds and stuff like that for importing shrimp. And so it's gonna be interesting. And so as far as selectively breeding and selecting our own and breeding those out, that is definitely in the future plans. We're really excited for it. It's not currently happening to the scale that I would like it to be, but it's definitely something we're moving closer and closer to. So great question. Peter Smith, hello from UK. Been waiting for this. Well, thank you, Peter, for joining in. Nick K says, yo, yo, yo. Hey, Rob. What's going on, Nick? Last Windbreaker says, yes, fancy tigers. Would be awesome to have them come in now. Yeah, so what's your guys' thought on black fancy tigers? I didn't import them last time. Well, I did, but I didn't keep them for myself. Are you guys interested in black fancy tigers? I mean, they're just black with white, and they look really cool, but we will see. So maybe black and red fancies. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about the black fancy tigers. I see some comments coming in. Last Windbreaker says, yep, the fancies. Kyle's Wild World, what's going on? He said, do you have neon black rose and blue dreams? Yes, we do. Those have probably been our best sellers just because I've been talking so much about them because they look fantastic and they did really, really well for us. Carolyn Badra says, waiting on my tanks to get ready to get me some. Can't hardly wait. Well, thank you so much. We look forward to your order. McMurray says, off-topic question. Do you really need to introduce new bloodline to your shrimp to increase quality? How long can they go without introducing new bloodline? I would say you do not have to introduce new bloodline. Because if you think about it, the highest grade shrimp are the ones that are inbred the most. And so I would say you really don't need to introduce very much new blood ever. That's just my opinion, and I don't think you really need to. So I really wouldn't worry about it unless you start off with like 2 shrimp, and then like, I don't know, unless it was just like the bare minimum, like you had 2 shrimp, they bred, all the babies died except for 2, and then one of the adults died, and then the dad bred with the daughter, and then you only had 2 again, and so on and so forth. So in extreme situations it wouldn't work, but most of the time you would not have to add new bloodline. Joseph says hello from Dubai. Thank you for tuning in. Dominic said, received your royal blue tires today. All 4 doing perfect, looking gorgeous. The bag did leak out of the top through the knot. Box was slightly wet, but there was plenty of water still. Well, that is good feedback. I'm really glad they made it alive and well. Sorry about the leaky bag. The cordon breather bags really haven't been performing well for us right now. So we'll have to deal with that. Dylan Knott says, orange-eyed blue tigers, orange Rillies. Yeah. Again, the orange-eyed blue tigers are so expensive to import. Like, I think I'd have to charge $15 or $20, which maybe that makes sense, but I feel like there's other good sources out there that sell it for a lot cheaper. And then orange Rillies never import well. I don't know why, but definitely willing to give it another try with them. Jake says, my daughter still believes you can't range shrimp to swim in circles. That's funny. My daughter still believed you can't range shrimp to swim in circles. That's funny. Oh, of course. Let's see where this chat always skips. Okay, so Daniel says, what's up, man? Do you think you will ever have viper shrimp? I don't even know what viper shrimp are, to be honest. So at this point, I don't think I will. Aquarium Co-op says, in my opinion, YouTube pays quite well. Well, that's because Corey is like the king of YouTube. Well, I don't wanna cross any lines. We got the king of DIY, but Corey's doing really well on YouTube, and so I don't think well, I know that they probably pay him pretty well because he's doing such a great job. So H2O says, laugh at Corey. Everyone else is like, hey Corey, what's going on? And he said, but yes, super chats all day long. Yep, super chats always help. They really do. And we always appreciate your guys' support. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit because I want to get back on some shrimp. Well, Corey did say something else. He said, let me ask this. What other platform in the world pays a business to advertise their own product? To me, YouTube is the best deal ever. That is so true. It is nice that they do. Yeah, if you look at it from that point of view, yeah, YouTube is ridiculously good. And so that's interesting. But back to some shrimp. Victor de Conic, I don't know. Victor, we'll call him Victor. Are there pink shrimps? I do not think there really are pink shrimp, if I'm being honest. I've personally never seen pink shrimp. Maybe Taiwan bees that look pink, like a pink bolt or something like that, maybe. Bookshelf Aquatics says, would you ever import cardinal shrimp? Yes, I would. Cardinal shrimp typically do really poorly during shipping. And so it's like you have to buy a ton of them and you have to hope that they live and then they don't acclimate well. And so I feel like that would be a really risky thing to do. But it's definitely something that I'm interested in trying. Because you never know how it's going to do until you actually do it. Let's see what else we got. Probably going for sure. YouTube is free money for sure. Blah, blah, blah. Super chat is not working in our country. How else can we contribute? McMurray Farms, how else can you contribute? Just by being here, commenting, liking, giving your input. That is a very valuable thing. Because one thing that we all have the same of is our time. And so, that's funny, Corey. So yeah, so you're contributing a ton by just being here. So thank you for that. And so, let's see. Let me go to Corey. Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I got the Aquarium Co-op shirt on, so promoting him. Corey is an awesome guy. He has an awesome channel. He's doing a lot for the community. He does a lot of collabs. And it's because of Corey that I found, I'm really good friends with Lucas Bratz. I'm good friends with Sashimi Whiskey. So he's the one that kind of brought us all together. So I'm very thankful for that. And so Corey asked, what was your cereal of choice today, Rob? My cereal of choice was Life Cinnamon. Cinnamon. It was delicious. I haven't had cereal in a week because I ran out of milk. And so I do have it back now. And if you guys don't know the story, I eat cereal religiously every morning. I love it. I look forward to it when I wake up. And I literally have these huge bowls of cereal. If you saw my bowl of cereal, you would be shamed. So thank you so much, Corey, for the super chat. Okay, Kyle's Wild World says, question, any chance you will live stream with H2O Plants and Corey on Sundays? H3O, or I guess he's meant to say H2O had a great idea in my opinion for a few of the pros to come together. You could call the channel Fish Fam. Hashtag Fish Fam. Yeah, so the hashtag Fish Fam, that is all Sashimi Whiskey. He did a great job coming up with that and I love it. And I think it's catching on already so well. And I would love to do a live stream with both of them. I'm not sure if it'll work out with all of our schedules, but I would absolutely love it. And I would love to have both Corey and Justin on my channel on a Sunday, just as kind of like a powwow, hang out, talk some plants, talk shrimp, talk fish, and I think it would be a great thing. V-Stag's in the house. H2O Plant says, Corey, you are certainly right for us. Alright, I need to get to some shrimp. Let's talk shrimp. Well, let me tell you this while we're on the topic. This is a new series that I want to get your guys' opinion for. And so I'm going to scroll down to the bottom so I actually see your guys' comments coming in. I really want to do a summer series where I do shrimp outdoors. So we're going to get a couple big ponds, and in the import order we're going to order in like 1,000 or 2,000 shrimp, and we're going to put them outside and let them go the whole summer long and see what happens at the end of the summer. We'll break it down, we'll catch all the shrimp out of there, we'll tally up how the shrimp did. If we started with 500 in a tub, it would go to 4,000 by the end of the summer, then it's like, whoa, like this really worked, or like, oh no, this didn't work, like there's none left. And like look at the difference of like how they looked when we put them in versus how they looked when we got them out. And so yeah, so let's see what your guys' opinion on that is. Justin said do it. Kyle's Wild World says yes, shrimp ponds. So yeah, so that's good. Dwayne said, hey Rob, my Flip Aquatics Green Jade Neo unboxing is up. They did fine. Great to hear, Dwayne. Thank you for letting me know. FNS says, I'm starting a colony of carbon release to honor the fish world. Kyle's Wild World says, please, 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 shrimp ponds, hashtag amazing. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. If you guys think it's a great idea too. Nick K says, I love that idea. I'm starting an outdoor tub too. I would love to see. Kyle's Wild World says, that sounds like the best idea ever. So Kyle, you must really love that. That's great to hear. Let's see. Mike said, I'm not even going to try. He said, that would be pretty awesome. Melvin said, ponds for sure, man. The sun is what gives them such great color. I agree 100%. I agree 1,000%. Brian's Aquatics says, that would be awesome. Dylan said, wouldn't it get too hot for them in the pool? Sounds really cool though. See, that's what we would find out. We would find out, like, did it get too hot? Did they die? They're not going to be in direct sunlight all day. I'll have to show you guys. I'll do a video kind of lining out my backyard where we put them on our patio, and so you guys will see. Hopefully it will be good. Turquoise Aquarius says, hi, love Diesel and nice tea. I agree, this is a good t-shirt. John Force says, let's see the ponds. So apparently the ponds sounds like a really good idea. Mike, thanks for making it to a live show finally. Or is that Danny's aquarium? So Danny made it. Yeah, so okay, so I guess the pond sounds like a really good idea and you guys would be excited to see that. Let's see. Melvin said the sun is powerful too. Tool ever seen indoor koi versus outdoor koi? No contest. I agree. Man, for whatever reason I've been lightheaded lately. So like when the chat's moving, like I just get dizzy. So that's why I'm all little scatterbrained today. And we did a ton of shipping, so you know how that goes. Let's see. H2O Plant says, I want to do tubs of plants in the backyard and see what happens. The only problem is mosquitoes. Yeah, mosquitoes are a huge problem. And that could be a huge problem with the shrimp, too. Or dragonfly larvae. A lot of different things could happen. You can't monitor parasites, so parasites could go rampant. So there's a lot of things that could happen or could go wrong. Kyle said, yes, I do love it. I feel like it could be a huge video and amazing for the shrimp. Plus, it would teach me and all of you so much. So thank you for that, Kyle. Nick K says, I've always loved the outdoor tub idea since seeing Lucas's. Would you put live plants in it? Of course. I would have so many live plants in it just to like give the shrimp like a complete natural environment. Ben Hale says, do you have bamboo shrimp? I do not. H2O Plants Corey said H2O Plants use mosquito dunks. I don't know what mosquito dunks are, but I'm gonna look it up now. King Lee said, are you going to order Royal Blue Tigers or is your line going to be ready to go? Personally, I'm waiting for your line. Well, thank you so much, King Lee. The line is getting there. It's so close to being ready. We're just kind of putting off like maybe another month. We don't want to rush it, but yeah. So, the Royal Blues, it kills me that we don't have them. Last Windbreaker said some ponds with fans and some without. Yeah, we could try a bunch of different stuff. Deerin Portrait says, I think Rachel Leary has some ponds too. Yeah, she does a whole series of outdoor tubbing, and she does microfish in them. So it really would be cool to see how shrimp do in them. I know Corey has talked about in the past I believe he did cherry shrimp outside, and he said they looked really good. I don't know if it was Corey or if it was someone else that told me, but I think it was Corey. H2O guppies love mosquito larvae. That is true. Wow. I believe Mark's Shrimp Tanks put a screen over the tub. Oh, no way. Mark's actually doing an outdoor pond, or he did in the past? I did not know that. I'll have to send him a message and see his feedback. I could put a screen over the top. That's not a bad idea whatsoever. That's actually a really good idea. Melvin said H2O plants, don't you use those netting things? That could keep the buzzing insects down. Yep. A few guppies would wipe out any mosquito too. That's true, but they could really wipe out a shrimp population as well. That was from the Fish Nerd. Danny's Aquarium says H2O plants, maybe some mosquito fish to eat it. Yep. And so add some guppies. So there's a lot of good things. And so yeah, so I think the outdoor tub sounds like a great idea. I would say we could probably get that set up here in the next 2 weeks, something like that. And it depends on the import order, because if we're trying to get this import order in too, something's gonna get pushed to the wayside. I told Amanda I wanted her to be like the main person in the outdoor tubbing videos, so like that, the ponds or whatever, and I would take her with me and we would go pick out all the plants to go in them, and she could do whatever she wanted with the plants and kind of like make it her own. And then she could also, how is Dwayne Kitchell not a moderator? Let me see. Oh, I missed a super chat. I did. Andres Gambo says, I have shrimp that is carrying eggs, but they look fungus up. What should I do? Andreas, first of all, thank you so much for the super chat. It's very generous of you, and your support definitely helps us. It really, really does. And so you have a shrimp that's carrying eggs, and the eggs look fungus. So the first thing I would say, I know, bad me. The first thing I would say is make sure it's not Eleubiopsidea, which is the green fungus. You do not want it to be that. Now, if it's eggs that really have a white fungus on them, I've seen that in imported shrimp. Basically, what I would do is quarantine the shrimp. Eventually, she'll drop the eggs, and then she'll be fine. You can treat it with hydrogen peroxide. Just put a little bit into the water, stuff like that. And so that's what I would suggest. Thank you so much for the super chat. And if you have more questions, please send me an email at rob@flipaquatics.com. And so let me know. You said it's green color? So if it's green colored, the fungus is green colored, it's probably Eleubiopsidea, and that's really bad. That comes from an imported shrimp. So definitely quarantine that shrimp, get it out of there, and it will eventually die. So let's see. Where's Dwayne Kitchell? I know I saw him on here. There he is. Alright, add moderator. Oops, wrong person. Oh man. I'm really bad at this. Oh my gosh, I did it again. let me just see how many moderators I can add. There we go. Oh my gosh. Listen, this is what I keep doing because my screen's so big. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So I'm literally like adding a moderator, and then it's the guy above, and then I have to take it away, and then I take it away from the wrong person. This guy, I swear, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I have been so lightheaded lately, and maybe this has something to do with it. I don't know. We got Nick Richards in the house. What's going on, Nick? Let's catch up on what everyone is saying. I know I missed a lot. But before I do, Fish Tank Bowls did a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Found 3 buried shrimp, first time ever. Waiting for my order from you guys. Can't wait to have your products in the new tank. Thank you so much. And thank you for the order. That is so awesome. Really appreciate it. And you guys are awesome as far as your support. I really can't say enough. This past month, as a business, we had our best month ever by a landslide, and it has a lot to do with the import order. But the import order wouldn't have done anything without your guys' support. So thank you so much. And now we get to import shrimp again, which is going to be fun, and I can't wait to bring you guys along on the second journey to importing shrimp, and to import completely different shrimp this time. And so that is our goal. Like, last time we imported some shrimp, some worked really well, some didn't work well. And so this time we want to import basically brand new shrimp that we didn't get on this import and try them out And so we constantly have a different variation of shrimp available, and it will be. I'm really excited for it. Like, I know one thing that we want to import a lot of is like the Taiwan bees. So we want to get like, we talked about earlier, high grade blue bolts. We want to get some extreme black King Kongs, extreme reds. We want to get some red pintos, some black pintos. We want to get more galaxy pintos in. So there's a lot of stuff that we want to try getting in that we haven't yet. And so I'm really excited about that. And it's going to be really cool. We got April Shaw in the house dropping a $5 super chat. Just ordered your imported Crystal Red starter pack. I think the last one. Well, thank you so much, April. Really appreciate your support. That's awesome. We'll ship that out Monday to you, and you will not be disappointed. The shrimp really look great. They sent us, I think it was A and S grade. They had them labeled, but they're like, some are a much higher grade. And so thank you so much for that. And so you guys, keep letting me know in the comments, what shrimp do you want us to import? We talked about Sulawesi shrimp, which are like the cardinals. We won't be getting those in yet because that's from a whole different importer. We're going to probably import rabbit snails, which will be exciting. And get some new variations of rabbit snails in the U.S. And so there's a lot of cool stuff that we can import. A lot of different ways we can go about it. We talked about doing the Taiwan bees and what Taiwan bees you guys would want to see. You guys have been letting us know like what type of tigers you want, all that kind of stuff. The Aurora Blues did really well. They were a big hit, so I think we'll probably be getting those in again and all that stuff. But let me read some comments. Yvonne Hansen said, "You are my favorite YouTuber." Thank you so much, Yvonne. Really appreciate that. It's always good to hear good feedback. Craig Oberhold says, "If ordered from you, do you have pickup? I live 10 minutes from you." Of course. Just put it in the note that you want to pick it up. I'll refund you the shipping, and it will be perfect. And it'd be good to meet you too. If you only live 10 minutes away, it's always good to connect with fellow shrimp keepers. Bracken says, "You should add me as a mod." Lat Love Diesel. Bracken, you keep hanging around. You keep posting and being in the live stream. I could definitely add you as a mod. Just keep being here, and eventually you'll get it. Aquaholic Fish says, "Blue Jelly starter pack, how much?" So that's actually a really good idea. I think I'm going to do, since the reds are kind of selling out, I think I'm going to do a orange starter pack and a blue starter pack. And it kind of give people some more different variations and stuff like that. Deerin Portrait says, "So with the super chat, you can only do credit card?" I actually don't know. I believe you can only do credit card. It'd be nice if you could do PayPal or something like that. But I honestly do not know the answer for sure. Nick K said, blood sugar like Dwayne said, Rob, about the dizziness. Yeah, so I need to go get it checked out. Maybe, like, I don't know, can you get a blood sugar test, like, just at the local store? Or, like, you have to have it prescribed to you or something? And does dizziness usually mean high blood sugar or low blood sugar? And so, the last thing I need to know is, like, I have diabetes or something. That would be awful. And so, knock on wood, that it's just, like, allergies or something crazy like that. We'll see. Dwayne, feel free to keep commenting your opinion. Tim H says, "I've always struggled to keep shrimp alive. I live in Texas with super hard water, KH off the charts. Should I invest in an RO unit? Do you have any other suggestions?" So, Neocaridina should be okay in hard water. I mean, it depends on how hard it is. I personally, if I were you, I would try it with, like, go to the store, buy a couple gallons of RO water or distilled water, use that and see how it works and if the shrimp can stay alive, and figure it out with distilled water first before you invest in an RO unit, because you don't want to spend all this money and then boom, you have an RO unit and then you still can't keep shrimp. So try it with the easiest and the cheapest option first and then go from there. But yeah, great question. Nick Richards in the house, like I said. He says, "How's everyone doing today? I'm laying on my bed feeling ill." Oh man, well that's no good. I love it. You guys always let me know if I miss a super chat. I see it coming across the screen. So let me see. The Platy Pen dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You guys are the bomb. From my question last week about the 4 deaths in my cherry shrimp. No more deaths since last Monday, and now 5 buried shrimp. Maybe it's the water change. Wow. So now you're having all this success. Oh, there's Amanda. You want to come get on camera? Oh, you didn't put your makeup on? Amanda's here, so I think she's going tanning. Yes. He texted me before he goes, though. Ruby, come say hi to everyone. You gotta take her, though, so she doesn't pee all over my carpet. Ruby loves peeing on this carpet and pooping on it. But here's our little girl. She is a ball of fire. Real quick before I forget, the Platy Pen, congratulations, man. Thank you for the super chat, and that's awesome news about the 5 buried shrimp. Let me know your details again, because I read so many comments, I have so many emails that I really forget. I really forget what's going, like who I talk to and what I say. So update me again on what's going on with your tank, and then yeah, it very easily could have been the water change. Very easily. A lot of people rush water changes or do too much, and it shocks the shrimp. So could have definitely been it. But she's being so good. Isn't she the cutest little thing ever? She is. She's grown up in a shrimp dynasty. Well, I say. She's been at the warehouse with us, like shipping shrimp, and she hates the shrimp room now. Literally hates it. Like whenever I walk in the door, she's like trying to get out all the time. And so she's the best, though. She really is. Besides Emma. Emma's pretty awesome. I guess they're tied. I gotta be fair. But alright, are you leaving? Right, go get mommy. Alright, so I know I missed a super chat, so let me scroll back up and find that. Dominic Martino says, okay, so this is really good. I really appreciate this. First of all, not just because you gave a super chat, but because you gave good feedback. So you want to see Aurora Blue Tigers. Oh, there's Amanda.
I'm not turning around.
Aurora Blue Tigers, high grade blue bolts. Super Tigers is a really good one. Red Pintos, definitely want to do those. And would you consider Pinocchio shrimp? Yeah, I would consider Pinocchio shrimp. Let me write it down and see. Pinocchio shrimp. And I'll see how much, if he sells them, and how much he does sell them for. And yeah, I will get back on to you. My 4 new Aurora Blue Tigers got in today, and 10 out of 10. Thank you so much. That is great feedback. And I'm glad that they did well. Aurora Blue Tigers, I really don't think we lost any. And so they imported really well, they acclimated really well, and they survived really well. So that's really good to hear. Joseph Goggans, shrimp came in an hour ago. Great. No losses in shipping. This is now the 500th time I've tried to say hello and come back to Lexington sometime. Joseph, thank you so much. Sorry if I missed your comments, man. It's live streams. There's so much going on. There's so many comments scrolling through. You never know what applies to you, and some people are just talking in the background. And I've been lightheaded lately, so that makes it even a little bit harder. But thank you so much for the super chat and letting me know the feedback. If you guys are getting the shrimp in, please update me. I really want to know, because here's the deal with this import. We spent a lot of time and money to quarantine the shrimp, and if we send the shrimp out and they make it to you guys, but in a week they die, then I consider it a complete failure, because there's no point in spending all these resources, time, money, commitment, all these different things, if the shrimp are just going to die for you anyway. So I really want the feedback to come in a month from now, like, hey, all my shrimp are still doing great, maybe I lost one, but they are breeding like crazy. Thank you so much. Like, that's what I really want to hear. But this is the first step. So, are they making them to people alive? Yes, and that is really good. I'm excited about that. And everybody, we got some superstars in the house that I didn't mention. We got Sashimi Whiskey, Jimmy, my boy Jimmy. We got to play some Counter-Strike. Maybe right after this live stream while Amanda's gone, we'll sneak in a game real quick. I'd love to. We'll see how busy you are. I know Corey works you like crazy. Let's see what else we got. I hope I didn't miss any super chats or anything, but thank you guys so fun. I'm reading a comment while I'm talking. Thank you so much. Nick wasn't feeling good. Nick's in the house. Nick Richards, he's coming to spend a week with us. Kind of help out around the warehouse, hang out in the United States. He's from Wales. And he's not feeling good. He said, I'll be alright, dude. I think I might have food poisoning. Well, that's not good. I told you not to eat that, man. I don't know why you did it. This is where everyone's commenting about Ruby. Oh, there's a good question. Goon Fuse says, can you use salty shrimp, GH and KH to remineralize RO water for Neos? Yes, you can. Absolutely. That's what I use. If so, how would I go about changing the water from tap? So here's what I did when I switched from tap water to salty shrimp is I just started doing 10% water changes with remineralized RO water for the next, I don't know. I did it every week for 2 months or something. And eventually it just slowly turned into the right type of water. And so yeah, that's a great question. But yeah, GH and KH is perfect for shrimping. It seems like everyone loves Ruby when I had Ruby on camera. Our little puppy. If you guys watch this on replay or something, go back and check her out. She's the cutest little thing in the whole world. I would boop that Snoop. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if I want to. We got Richard Pizzell in the house. Richard, first of all, thank you so much for your order through the website, man. I really, really appreciate it. I'm parked behind my wife. You know how to move it, right? Keys are in the back porch. Sorry for yelling at you guys' ear. Yeah, and she doesn't feel comfortable moving the van. And so, yeah. Oh, window time. That is funny. So last time we watched my wife back the van out, and that was her first time ever. Yeah, she's a little mad at me today. But before I forget, Richard Pizzell says more varieties of tiger shrimp would be awesome. Love them tigers. I agree 100%. I absolutely love tigers. So I am on board with you. So let me write that down. More tigers. And again, thank you so much, Richard, again for the order. We really, really appreciate it. Trust me, it helps us more than you know. Let's see how my wife's doing back now. I don't want to put her on camera because last time she was a little upset with me. She's so cute. And she doesn't have her makeup done, so she said she didn't want to be on camera. So that would be a double whammy, me getting in trouble. Don't want to do that. I get myself in trouble enough. So I'm learning. Ladies in the house, I am learning to be a better husband. You guys saw the last live stream? Oh, I was getting some hate on that. I don't know if I was getting hate, but we were like, man. Blue Bolts are a good one. Adrian's Aquatics says, London guys interested in neocardinas. Got loads. Need to move some on to be able to finance my next video. Anyone? So doing a little sales promo in the chat, I see. But yeah, so if anyone's from London, send them a message. Let me scroll back down. Ben Hale says, will neons eat baby shrimp? Yes. They will definitely 100% eat baby shrimp. Let's see. Melvin Vesilla says, rule of thumb, if it fits in the mouth, is if it fits in its mouth. Yeah, so if the baby shrimp will fit in the mouth, it's going to get eaten for sure. Nick K said, such a cute dog. Thank you so much. Kelly ST says, can we mix guppies with shrimp? You can. I can't say that they won't eat the shrimp, but I know of people that keep guppies with shrimp and they coexist. It's not the ideal situation. The guppies will eat the shrimp, but you can do it as long as you're not worried about the babies living. The Fish Nerd dropping a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Glad for these Wednesday afternoon streams because I never get to make it on a Sunday. How you like my new logo? Also, my shrimp I got from you are still doing great. Breeding like crazy. Let me check out your logo real quick. Oh, I gotta scroll down and find you one. Let me check it out from the top. The Fish Nerd. Let's go to your channel. Alright. The Fish Nerd with a 0 pleco. I like it. Nice, man. My only feedback is I would make it a little bit bigger so there's not as much dead space. But I really do like it. Did you draw it yourself? If you did, then that's extremely impressive. And I'm really, really impressive. Or I'm really impressed. But thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you so much for sharing. I really do appreciate that. And how am I not subscribed to you? I apologize. That's me being a bad person. But I am subscribed now. So you can count on that. But yeah, let me know about that logo. Let me know if you drew that. You guys can check that out. Alright. We got FNS Fish House saying smash that like button. Thank you so much. We just got... Oh, we got another celebrity in the house. Charles Fish Tanks joining everybody. What's going on, Charles? Thank you for being here. Let's see. Bookshelf Aquatics says, Rob, are you going to be importing any fish as well as shrimp? Yes. So that is the question of the hour. With our import, since we're able to import from all across the country, or all across the world, we can get them in from anywhere. The question is, here's basically my thought. Once we refine and know how to import shrimp and do it well, then I want to branch off and start doing microfish. I have a passion for microfish, not as much as I do for the shrimp, but I love them. And I think it would be so cool to start breeding, doing some breeding projects with microfish. I know Amanda loves the microfish, and so that would be a good thing for her to really get involved with. And then Jeff, my old intern, I think he's going to start helping us and be an employee and work 40 hours a week. And he's passionate about microfish. And so we could really do a lot with microfish. And we already have the space available for them. And so it's really just making it work and importing them in. So that was a great question. And I am really excited if we do decide to do that and it works out. Aquabeard says, what's a great water change schedule for a shrimp and Odo tank? Seems like shrimp needs something much different than 50% water change for my fish. Yeah, so Aquabeard, first of all, shout out to the beard man. Boom. You gotta have a beard to be a shrimp keeper or a shrimp breeder. Unless you're a female, then beards don't work for that. But yeah, so water changes. How we do water changes, we do literally maximum 20% per week. The absolute max. And so, or per month. I don't know if I said per week. 20% per month. And that's what we do, and it works really, really well. So if you feel like you have to do more water changes than that, maybe it's because you're feeding too much. So cut down on the feeding if that's the case. And I would say 20% per month, so like 10% every other week is more than sufficient for shrimp. And Otocinclus, like, they really don't produce much waste in my experience. And so I would say you'd be pretty good to go if you just did 20% a month. King Lee says, Rob, how's the fish room coming? So listen, we have so many irons in the fire right now, and if you guys don't know what that means, it's basically like we have so much going on. Like, we have the outdoor tubbing series that is coming out that I hope you guys are excited for. We talked about that a little bit earlier. We have the fish room build going on. I'm redoing the planted rack, I believe. I have a new employee, hopefully Jeff, starting soon. Today's actually his birthday. I need to call him and tell him today's Jeff's birthday. And so we have so much going on that I think the fish room is going to be pushed off to be like a winter project. But we'll see. Yeah, but great question. Last Windbreaker says, I only grow patches of hair on my chin. Gotta sell all my tanks now. That's funny. No, you can keep them. You'll eventually get there. Just keep shaving it. It'll come in nice and thick eventually. At least that's the hope. Well, I do have to say this. Thank you all for being here. I know it's a Wednesday afternoon. It's kind of a weird time. The reason I started doing this live stream is to show all the UK followers and family some love. And so shout out to the UK. Shout out to Australia. I don't know if my my Australia family's in the house, but shout out to you guys. And so I kind of wanted to do an earlier stream, just to kind of be able to be seen on different times by different people. And so just trying to spread the love. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad it works for a lot of you, because literally we have 105 people in here. I saw that we've been up to like 110 or whatever it is. That's great for a midday live stream, in my opinion. Melvin, it's 5:30 a.m. here in Australia. Wow, so I need to come up with a better time for Australia. So, Melvin, tell me this: if you could pick, like, I don't know, when I do my Sunday live streams, what time is it for you guys? Is it Monday morning there? I'm not good at my clock. That's funny. I didn't know it was 5:30 a.m. I might have to do a little bit later, or do it like late at night. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Last Windbreaker says, "Nah, man, I'm 27. My family doesn't grow beards." you come from a lineage of non-bearded men. That's funny. Danny's Aquarium said it's 9:35 p.m. here in the Netherlands. So that's a pretty good time for the UK. So I'm happy about that. It's 7:30 in noon. Adrian's Aquatics. Now I got to figure out what 7:30 means. Does that mean it's 4 o'clock? Or is it 8? Oh, it's probably 8 p.m. 12:30 for me. Lunch, tacos, and flip. That's what it's all about. Living the dream. Getting your lunch break in at the same time. So yeah, so this seems to be a really great time. I mean, right now we have 118 people watching. Like, that's insane. And so yeah, it's really, really cool. Nick, I'm pumped for the outdoor tubbing series. So guys, this is really cool. So I have another question as far as the tubbing series. So me and Amanda and all of you voted at the beginning of the live stream, and we want to do an outdoor shrimp series. So like, we're gonna keep shrimp in outdoor ponds. And here's the question. So we already decided, like, this is gonna happen. We're gonna do it. I know I'm excited about it. I was excited about it way before this, but I'm glad that you guys all liked the idea too. Now I'm even more excited. So here's the question: should we do like 2 huge ponds, like 2 300-gallon ponds, or should we do like 4 or 5 smaller ponds? So do we want huge ponds with less people, or with less types of shrimp, or do we want smaller ponds with more types of shrimp? Excuse me, I'm burping over here. Yeah, so let me know about that. We got Aquarium Co-op. I don't know if you guys realize this, but I'm rocking the Aquarium Co-op. I'm supporting the co-op today. And we got Aquarium Co-op. Corey himself here in chat. He's spending his day with us, hanging out. He's probably working hard at his warehouse or at his business. You know, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm sure he's working hard. And so he dropped a $2 super chat, and he said, "Hey, I heard tacos." And so, Corey, I'm gonna have to get you some tacos next time I see you, man. Thank you so much for being here and showing your support. I really do appreciate it. I just saw we got Susan from SLC Aquatics in the house. What's going on, Susan? Thanks for tuning in. But let's see what you guys think about the pond idea. So far I'm seeing Nick Richards says 5 smaller ponds, more variety, dude. That's what he said. I was actually leaning towards 2 big ponds, so I'm kind of sad that was the first thing. But it seems like smaller ponds is the consensus, and so yeah, so that's interesting. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do then. You guys decide, and I make it happen. So we got Nick that says 5 smaller ponds. Ronnie Cole says, "Yeah, I'm getting into outdoor ponds and tubs this summer, so get those videos up." Yeah, and it's gonna be good to experiment and kind of see what works and what doesn't work. Manowar Lures says small ponds closer to what we can do. Yeah, actually, that is a really good point. Very, very good point. Yeah, I want to do stuff that you guys can recreate. So maybe I'll even do really small, like a couple really small ponds. And no pun intended with the really, though. You guys get it. Really shrimp. Come on now. Andrew Marcus says maybe a bit of both. I like that. So maybe I'll do 1 300-gallon pond, like 2 150-gallon ponds, and then 2 50-gallon ponds. Let me know what you think on that, because that sounds like a really good idea. Andrew Marcus says, yeah, both. Charles votes for more ponds. Michael Hoffman said he was eating burritos the other day, soft tacos, and calling them tacos. Those are tacos. Soft tacos. You know, if Taco Bell can call them soft tacos, then I feel like I can call them a taco. Danny's Aquarium says, how long will this stream be going for? I like it. You know what? I usually aim for an hour on Wednesdays. But as long as we still have good traction, I'll keep it going for like an hour and a half probably. You know, as long as we still have good content to talk about, we're on a good discussion. I'm fine with keeping it going. I only have a little bit of water left though, so I don't know. My voice might dry up here in a bit. All right, so the smaller ponds seems like the idea. Ronnie Cole says smaller ponds with more kinds. Mary Turner says I'm for smaller ponds. Richard Pizzell, I hope I say your last name right, Pizzell. I would say smaller ponds easier to take care of and more variety. Gianna, I want to say that's how you say it, or Gaina. I'll say Gianna because that sounds better. Smaller ponds with different types and each would be good for comparison. That's a great point too. So the more varieties we can try, the better we know how they did and what we could try and all that kind of stuff. Last Windbreaker says, hey, you could do one of those polls on Facebook to see what shrimp for the next import. Stick that in the USA Shrimp and Plants group. That's actually a good idea too. What I could do is, because I know there's certain shrimp that we are going to get no matter what. The shrimp that I'm kind of up in the air about, I could pick out 10 of them and I could say, let's vote on these and the top 5 will import. And so that's a really good idea. I like that. We scroll down. Oh no, people are getting crazy. Let's see. Sorry if I missed you guys. I'm going to start back where I think I am. Sammy's World says more ponds. McMurray says smaller ponds. Dan Hale says, what level do your nitrates have to get before you do a water change? Yeah, so I would say any nitrates, you probably want to start thinking about a water change. Let's see. Nitrates go before. Okay, so. Wait, so nitrates should be 0. I think nitrates, the one with the A, that's the one that can go up a little bit. And I don't have an exact answer for you. I really don't do much water testing because I have so many tanks. I only test if something's wrong, and then I'll get back in there. So that's a great question that we can revisit here in a bit. So remind me in a little bit. I want to stay on the pond topic for a little bit. Adrian's Aquatics says smaller. So far everyone has voted on smaller tanks. No one wants the big ones. Hi King Lee, I'm tired of being set. I'm tired. Been setting up the 25-gallon. Woo. Susan says Susan's setting up a 25-gallon. Gavin Winkle says maybe one larger pond for your staple RCS and a few, which is red cherry shrimp for you guys that don't know, and a few smaller ponds for a variety of others. Yeah, I really do like that idea. I like the one big pond and like 4 or 5 smaller ponds. So we'll probably do 5 total. I don't want to get crazy. My wife might. No, she would love it. My neighbors might kill me though. Dwayne Kitchell says, hit that like button, folks. Thank you, Dwayne, and I'm so glad that your shrimp came in well. That makes me happy. It takes, there's a couple of people that I know really well, and I'm like, I want their shrimp to arrive in good shape. Like, I really, really do. Tim Jack says, both large and small, then next year change it up. That's a really good idea. Gazin Malvern says smaller ponds. Kyle's Fish Room says, my Flip Aquatic shrimp should arrive tomorrow. Well, you better let me know on how they do, because I really, I need your guys' feedback. Like I said earlier, when we did this import order, we quarantined for a month, and over the course of a month, it was not an easy process. It was expensive. It was time consuming. And so at the end of the day, if we send these shrimp out and they don't survive for you guys, or they don't breed for you guys, they don't do well, then it wasn't worth it. The whole point of quarantining the shrimp is so that they arrive to you healthy, and then you guys can breed them yourself. So if that's not happening, then it's not worth our time to try to quarantine these shrimp for that long. We'll just have to go back to breeding USA strong. Whoa, we have our first vote for 2 big ponds by Snezana K. So at least one person thought it was a good idea, so I don't feel like I'm completely out of the loop. Carolyn Badra says, how large are the tubs going to be? I might have to do it with you. So I wanted to do, the way that I'm thinking now, I'm going to do one 300-gallon tub, 250-gallon tubs, and then two 50-gallon tubs. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. So they're fairly big size. Let me know if you guys want to see smaller ponds than that, because I think 50 gallons is a pretty small pond. But let me know, because I could try doing like a 25-gallon outside and just seeing, but I don't think it would do well. Manure, Manowar, I'll call you that instead of manure. That doesn't sound good. Manowar Lure says, it's me again, small kind shrimp. He's voting for the Super Tigers. We really want to get the Super Tigers in. Susan for SLC Aquatics says, shrimp and pond? Do mini ponds. Yes, so mini ponds is definitely an idea. Hans Hartman said 10 big ones and 20 small ones. I don't think I have a patio big enough for that many. But yeah, that would get expensive. It really would. Let's see. Aquarium Co-op, my man Corey says, Rob, you should do a shrimp challenge. We all order shrimp from you. We breed them outside. Person with the most shrimp wins a prize. Corey, you coming up with the idea, shrimp challenge. That is a great idea. I love that idea. One, because I'm competitive and I love challenges. But that is a very, very interesting idea. I'll have to bring that up here in a couple of minutes and we can really dive into that. But that is, Corey, thank you. I really, really like that idea. The Real Brian says 2 big ponds loaded with cherry shrimp. That way, if it crashes, you're not out too much money. So that's true. But if I do smaller ponds, I could just toss, maybe 100 blues in there, and it's not the end of the world if they all die, but it would still suck. I don't know. There's definitely still some thinking to be had. And I'll probably do a video and let you guys pick the type of shrimp that we try. As long as they're not like Taiwan bees or something. Those won't do well. Dwayne Kitchell says, won't they have better breeding chances than smaller ponds? I would say, well, yes. So they would, because there's less area for them to hide. But if I did like a 300-gallon pond, I would literally put like 1,500 shrimp in it. And so I'm probably going to do it with the cherry shrimp and just load it up. Like tons and tons of shrimp. Do some nice snails out there. Maybe like toss some rabbit snails in there and just see how they do. Something like that. Crimson Lich says 1 big and 1 small pond. So it's looking like, this is what I'm thinking. And again, I'll scroll down and see what you guys think. But 1 300-gallon pond, 2 150-gallon ponds, and 2 50-gallon ponds. That's what I'm leaning towards. Let's scroll down and see if anyone has an opinion on that. Melvin says, good idea to set up a few different ones and see what works best from largest to smallest. What works best for the average hobbyist. That is a good idea. So by doing a couple different sizes, we'll know like, hey, in this 50-gallon pond, like the shrimp went crazy. And in this 150-gallon pond, they didn't do as well. But in the 300-gallon pond, they went like wild. And so it would be really good to see. Luis, first time chatting. Thank you for being here. So She Cake said, are you still ordering? Yeah, so we still have shrimp available for order, and we also are doing a import order here in probably the next 2 weeks, I want to say. That's the goal, but that doesn't always mean it's going to happen. The Fish Nerd said, either a variety of sizes or a bunch of 50-gallon tubs. Yeah, Turquoise Aquarius says, more smaller ponds be good to gauge which type of shrimp do better than others outdoors. That's true too. So it might be worth it just to do a bunch of small ones. So I need to think on this more. You guys are giving me some good feedback. I really appreciate it. And this is going to be fun. So I'm going to try to have those tubs ready by the time our next import comes in, so that the import, I literally can quarantine the shrimp for like 2 weeks in the warehouse and make sure they don't have parasites and diseases, and then take them and put them in the pond. So that's my goal with that. Or I could just put them straight in the pond, but then they're going to have parasites and stuff, which wouldn't be good. So yeah, so there's still a lot of thinking to be done. CJ's Aquarium says, I'll give you a shout out if you answer my question. CJ, let me see what your question is. Let me scroll up. Let me find it. I've done it 6 times at Charles Aquarium, so I guess you've asked 6 times. So, CJ's Aquariums, I found your question. You're lucky. I love you, man. Breeding cleaner shrimp in saltwater. Any tips? So, I have never done saltwater in my entire life until like a week ago. My buddy Ken set up a saltwater tank at my warehouse, which I'm going to have to do a video on it. And so this is like my first attempt at saltwater. He's taking care of it. It's his tank, but I get to buy stuff for it. So I'm excited about that. And I get to see coral grow. And like, it's going to be really cool. And I'm probably going to get hooked on saltwater and have to set up more tanks with it. I'll have to show you guys. I had this 150-gallon frag tank. Like, it is a monster. And I tried to convince him to set that up because I'm like, dude, if we're going to do this, let's do it big. Like, let's really push this thing. And he's like, nope, we're sticking to a 40-gallon tank. That's as big as I want to go. And I don't blame him, but I was really trying to push him to set up the 150. Nitrite is poisonous. Ammonia, nitrate, and nitrate is all poisonous. This is not good stuff. But mainly, nitrite and ammonia are the worst. Nitrate isn't as bad. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Again, I'm not a biologist. I'm not a chemist. I'm nothing like that. I'm just a hobbyist. 121 people in the house. Thank you guys all for being here, joining us on this Wednesday afternoon here in the United States. It could be a Thursday morning for some of you or a Wednesday night. So thank you guys for being here. It's always cool to bring the family, the fish family together and kind of just enjoy talking. And so I love the summer tubbing idea. I think that's great. I think I have tons of feedback on that, so I really can make some good decisions with it. And it's really, really good. CJ's Aquarium. So if you ever want a question answered in the future, and I'm not answering it, one way that you can know for 100% fact that I'll answer it is if you do like a $2 super chat, something that just pops out in my face, and you ask the question in the super chat, and I will see it every single time and answer you. So if you ever run into that problem again, feel free to do that. Or tag me, and most of the time I see it, but not always. And so CJ's Aquarium, you're sending 9,000 subs my way. Thank you so much. Let me check out your channel. I don't know. I want to say that I'm subscribed to you, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see. The moment of truth. I am subscribed to you. Okay, I knew I was. And so CJ does a lot of saltwater. So CJ, we might have to do a collaboration soon, and you can kind of teach me a little bit about saltwater, and that would be cool because I really, really want to know more about it. I think it's so interesting. And but right now we're just sticking to freshwater, except for that one tank, and we're gonna see how it goes. But thank you, CJ, for being here. It's Thursday morning in India. Vasu, thank you for being here. That's crazy. It's just crazy how it's Wednesday here, it's Thursday there, so we're in 2 completely different days, but just nuts. I think it's crazy. Villager Sparky says, Rob tacos or brisket? Taco. I gotta go with taco. CJ's Aquarium says, sounds like something we could do. Bring all our subs together. I'm down. That would be great. I love collaborations. If you can, while we're doing this, I got your thing pulled up, but send me an email if you can. My email is rob@flipaquatics.com. I'm sure one of my moderators would be able to link that for you. And if not, if I don't see it in a little bit, I'll just link it for you. But yeah, it's rob@flipaquatics.com. Send me an email, man. We'll get something worked out. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. But let's move on to a new topic. So this is really, really cool. Corey came up with this idea. So I got to give him some love. You know, the aquarium co-op. The shrimp challenge. So what do you guys think if I did like a contest where we did like, 5 cherry shrimp or 5 whatever. They could even be nice shrimp, 5 of one type of shrimp, and then those 5 shrimp, people would buy them, or maybe even be 10, I don't know. Whatever. I would sell X amount of shrimp. We would do it at like a ridiculously discounted price, and whoever wanted to be a part of the challenge would buy the shrimp. They would enter into the challenge, and then 3 months later, we would see like who has the most shrimp out of the original shrimp, and whoever had the most shrimp would win a prize. And you know, it would be the honor system. Like we can't have people cheating and adding stock of their own and stuff like that. And so I think it would be kind of a cool idea. We'd really have to come up with a way to monitor it. So I'll have to think about that. Maybe it would just be a challenge of like where 20 people sign up and we all live stream once a week and check on each other's tanks and like kind of have like a little powwow. So it's kind of like a little group of us, and we all talk about how the shrimp are doing. And I think it'd be really, really cool. So interesting. I got like 1,000 ideas going. Like we could even do something where we do like a shrimp master challenge, and it's like all of like the YouTube shrimp keepers, and we all like get these shrimp together, and then we have a breeding contest and like see who can breed the most by the end of the year, and like all kind of stuff. And then if someone kills them, we'll be like, oh, you know, why'd you do that? And so there's a lot of cool stuff that we could do with it. And so Susan said counting shrimp is hard to me. Yes, counting shrimp is not an easy thing. It's impossible to count them until you take them all out of the tank. And then literally I take a picture of how many I take out, and then I count the picture. Or I print the picture off, and like as I count them, I put a little mark through the shrimp. So there's a couple ways to do it, but it is definitely not easy. Deerin Portrait said challenge win. Sitting in the tub with you and Corey eating cereal and tacos between the shrimp. That is so funny. So if Corey's still here, so Corey, if someone wins the contest, they want to sit in one of my outdoor tubs that we're putting shrimp in. We can do the 300 gallon because there's going to be some room there. I would be enjoying a bowl of cereal. You could be enjoying a taco, and they get to just sit there and hang out with us. So Corey, if you're down, man, I'm down. But you know, you'd have to fly out here again. So that's funny. But yeah, so I love the shrimp contest idea. Guys, give me some feedback. Like, what do you guys want to see? Because really, I'm a very competitive person. Like when I play games, like I play to win. And so a lot of people aren't that way. So I don't even know if a shrimp challenge would be a good idea. Because I don't want to cause competition where there doesn't have to be. Because at the end of the day, we're all family. And so it really depends. McMurray Farm says, come on, I have 99 subscribers, almost at my first milestone. Do you remember when you were there at Love Diesel? I remember, I remember getting 100 views on a video, and I'm just like, oh yes! Like, hey mom! And so I remember a lot of things. You know, the YouTube journey for me has been one that has been, it's been awesome. It really has. Like me just thinking about it, like, just so you guys know, like, me just thinking about it makes me tear up. Like, to see where we started and where we are now. Like, if you guys ever went back and watched, like, my beginning videos, you would see, like, I was just a hobbyist. Like, I was just enjoying it, loving it. I was trying to be something that I wasn't at the time. Like, I was just trying to, like, be this, like, I don't even know what I was doing. Like, but it's cool that we fell into a groove, and, like, now, like, who I am now has emerged because of the YouTube channel. And so it's just really, really cool. Alright, so Kyle, Dictator of God. The shrimp challenge would be, we would have, like, I don't know, 20 possible entries. I would send out 5 shrimp to each person over the course of 6 months or whatever, 3 months. They would have to grow those shrimp. They would have to feed them. And we could either do, like, whoever shrimp looked the best at the end of the 6 months, that's the person that wins, or the person who breeds them the quickest and has the most babies. Alright, so there's a lot of different ways that we could do it. I really don't know the best approach for it yet, but I think that it is a really interesting idea that might work out. Let me see. Susan says, I kill shrimp, so I shouldn't compete. Susan, you probably just kill shrimp because you haven't kept the right shrimp yet. So I might be able... Oh, excuse me. I might be able to hook you up with the right shrimp so that you don't kill it. So we'll see. Deerin Portrait says, okay. Oh, I lost it. Deerin Portrait says, okay, now I want in the challenge. The fish nurse says, Susan, maybe the competition will make you thrive under pressure. Kyle. Oh, Kyle's here again. And I remember Kyle because it's Kyle with a C. And I keep wanting to say Sile. And it's Kyle. So Kyle's here. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a shrimp-tastic Wednesday. We are. I think it's better that we're all hanging out together. And so it's always a good day when we're together. That's the truth. Nick Richards says, Susan, you can do it. Thomas Chaos says, at Dictator of God, the challenge idea is to start with a certain number of shrimp and see who can breed the most. Yes. So there's a lot that we can come up with about it. But before I go anywhere, my man Richard Pizzell, great guy. He placed a couple orders with us. Really appreciate that. Gave a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He said, my Bloody Mary order has just arrived. All alive and doing great. Really good sizes too. Thank you. That is the kind of feedback that I want. That's the kind of feedback that we need. Now you have to keep me posted over the next week, the next 2 weeks, and let me know how the shrimp are doing. That is really good news that they're arriving good. I was so worried. Like, I don't want to say I was losing sleep over it, but I was kind of losing sleep. Like, man, like, I hope nothing happens with the shrimp order. And I'm one that kind of just trusts in God, and like, you know, God's got my back. He wouldn't lead me into something that's going to hurt me or hurt others. And so I knew that the shrimp would make it there safe. And so I had faith. So I was a little stressed out. I don't want to lie completely. I don't want to lie at all. I was a tiny bit stressed out. Darren Port says, so I live in Netherlands. That is some pricey ticket to sit in a tub with you. Well, we got to hope you don't win then, right? And we can have Amanda in the tub too. Maybe that'll make people want to join more. Because she's a pretty gal. I don't know if she's listening or not. But she's definitely a good looking fox. True patriot. Dear Lord. We got a true patriot in here saying, build the wall. That is terrible. Is somebody going to block him? We're waiting for it. Yeah, there we go, King Lee. Good job, King. That is funny, though. Man, there's some patriots out there. We're not getting into politics. We're talking about shrimp. Politics is a terrible thing to talk about. No matter what, when you talk politics, somebody is always upset. Always. My Australia family's joining in. They're all waking up. Let's see what we got. We just got Joey Chang from Australia said, hello, Rob. Good morning from Australia, Sydney. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday to you. It's currently Wednesday here, but happy Thursday to you. And so thank you guys all for being here again. I do want to recap. So we're doing summer tubbing, which is outdoor ponds outside. We're going to do a couple different sizes. We're going to try shrimp outside in all the ponds, kind of see which outdoor tub works the best and which shrimp do the best, all that kind of goodness, and then kind of learn from our mistakes and move into the next year, and hopefully some of you will do it with me, so that'll be exciting. The other thing we talked about is shrimp challenge, which would be like we would send 5 shrimp out to each person. Whoever bred the most shrimp, whoever had the best looking shrimp would win the competition. And then the other thing that we've been talking about is we are doing an import order here in the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of big things coming up. We're finishing a fish room. We're redoing the planet rack. We have a lot of stuff going on. And so the question was, what shrimp that we didn't have before do you guys want to see on this next import order? Whether it's high-grade pintos, whether it's more Galaxy pintos, whether it's, extreme reds or extreme blue bolts or extreme black King Kongs, like whatever it is, like your feedback will dictate what we get in with this next order. And yeah, you guys like this shirt? Got the co-op. Supporting the co-op. Day 5 Aquarium says, what's going on? How you doing? Day 5, thank you for being here. Joseph Goggins says, true patriot down. The guy that was spamming. Neon Tetcher says, man down, man down. Deluxe Shrimp still in the house. Not sure if you saw this. I had to walk away. But I'm making a t-shirt of my logo for my website. I'll send you a t-shirt when they're ready. What size are you? So, I'm gonna say now, unfortunately, I am an extra large. I've been, the marriage life has, made me a little bit fuller of a man. So I eat a little bit better. I still have my bowl of cereal in the morning. But deluxe shrimp, I would love to have a T-shirt, and I would love to wear it in some of the videos and stuff like that, and give you a little promotion. That would be awesome. So thank you. Nick Richards says, "Good day, mates, from two Australia shrimp keepers." Yeah. So I have a question to all the Australian people in the house. Here in the States, we have Outback Steakhouse, which is like down on the Barbie, like they always say, and then we have the steak, and we have shrimp, and blooming onions and all that stuff. So is that completely just made up for the United States, or do they actually like have Outback Steakhouses in Australia? So I've always wondered this, and I never looked it up, so I figured I might as well ask you guys, because you guys are on the ground and you know what's going on. And so it would be interesting if you came here from Australia, if you would actually like to eat at the Outback Steakhouse, or if you're like, man, this is not good. I don't know. I always have questions like that, and it makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I go on little tangents. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, man. Okay, so what type of shrimp? Stephen Day Ark says Sulawesi shrimp. Unfortunately, we can't get Sulawesi shrimp in, at least from our retailer, but it's definitely something in the future. Green bubble tea, Chuck T. Good recommendation, green bubble tea. I like that. I will see if they have those. That is a good recommendation. I didn't even think to get those in. Let's see. Real green jellies. So the green jellies we got in did okay. I really wasn't impressed with them. So I don't think I'll be getting those back in. But yeah, real green jellies, whatever those are, I'd be interested in getting the real ones in. I wasn't too impressed with ours. Like, they were okay, but they weren't anything special. Mary Turner says everyone in the contest needs to take daily pictures and then put them all together like a time-lapse video. Of course, the entire contest would have to be posted announcing the winner. Yeah, that is an interesting idea too. Mary, coming up with the great ideas. Let's see, other shrimp across America. Amen. Jeez, this guy keeps making his way back. Oh my gosh, the spamming is real today. If you guys are watching the replay, it's actually pretty funny to watch spammers, because they do say some silly things. And they're dedicated to their cause, because they keep making new profiles and coming back. Let's see what other type of shrimp. Eva says, Outback Steakhouse is a U.S. thing. I'm originally from Tasmania. Tasmania, okay, very cool. So it is just a U.S. thing. Charles Fish Tanks, as a non-Australian, I can say for certain that Outback Steakhouse is 100% authentic. That's great. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll give you that. Charles Fish Tank says Galaxy Shrimp. So the Galaxy Shrimp, we actually sold them all. So I honestly didn't know if we'd be able to sell them or how much we'd be able to sell them for, but they actually did really well. None of them died. We got 5 in, and all 5 of them lived through quarantine, so that's a great thing. They were bigger, which made me a little bit nervous, but they did really well. And the last package of them arrives tomorrow, so I'm really interested to see how the pair of them does. But Galaxy Pintos, I think what I'm going to do, so this is a good thing to get your guys' feedback on. For the next import order, what I want to do is, you always see these pre-sales for import orders. And it's because, people want to recoup their money, which makes sense. And literally the shrimp come in, they ship them right out, right? So that is pre-sales on an import order. I want to do pre-sales on an import order for the expensive shrimp, the ones that I can't be like, hey, I can't order 100 of these in. Like, it wouldn't make sense. But people might want 100 of them. Like, you don't know. And so if I did a pre-sale order about like the shrimp that are a little bit more pricey, give you guys a better deal, and we could order them in, and I still quarantine them for 30 days, and then you get them after the quarantine. The only thing with that is I don't know how they're going to survive. And so, like, if we pre-sale 100 and I order 100 in and 10 die, somebody's not going to get their shrimp. So I'd literally have to order like 150 and have a little wiggle room there. So is that something like? Do you guys think pre-sales on those type of shrimp is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Like, it's something that's interesting. I was kind of leaning towards doing the pre-sale just like for the galaxies because they're ridiculously expensive to import, and so I don't want to import 30 of them and then sell one. Like, I would lose a lot of money, and so things like that. But if you guys want them, I don't want to not get them for you guys. You see what I'm trying to say? Adrian said, or Neon Tetra said, Adrian, I didn't quite get that question. Let's see what Adrian. I don't know what Adrian's question was, so I can't answer it either. Dictator of God, Kyle says, for whatever reason, my shrimp got sent to my dad's house. LOL. I'm excited to see what you sent me. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, man. Yeah. I did notice that today. I shipped out your snails, and I noticed that they went to a different address. I'm like, well, that's weird. I was going to message you, and I think I forgot. Sorry. Ash Jenkins says, dang, I can never even be bothered to switch between my existing Google accounts. So you can never get switched. Well, you need to call Google about that. Levy says, do you guys keep a portion of each shrimp type to start USA breeding? Yeah. So that is a great question. And we keep about 20 of the best. And then we hope that those breed and then we can reproduce. And so yeah, it's definitely something we're doing, and it's definitely something that we're going to do more and more. Because honestly, like, the whole reason I do shrimp is because I enjoy breeding them. So like, I don't want to just import shrimp and sell them. Like, that's not my idea of fun. So I definitely still want to have fun with the hobby. So like, the ones that I really, really like, I definitely kept more of those. Like the red fancy tigers, you bet your butt, Amanda kept like 6 of the nicest ones so that she can breed them. But I did make her, she wanted to keep 10, and I made her send the other 4. I was like, nope, like 6 is the limit, like that's enough. And so she got cut off, but she understood, I think. It's tough, like when you're a hobbyist, it's tough getting a bunch of shrimp and then selling them because they look good and you just want to keep them. What else we got in here? The Fish Nerd says, does your exporter have a unique / hard to find Neo? Most exporters in Taiwan all have the same types of shrimp. And if they don't, they buy from each other so that they all have the same type of shrimp. So to have a unique one, I don't know. They might have different colors of blue Neocaridina. I know they have different colors that I didn't import in, that I'm going to import this time. So they might have like a blue Neo that is just like, whoa, like that thing's stunning. So we'll see. I think Amanda's home. I just heard the car beeping. Let's see what else we got. Neon Tetra said, can you get some different Rillies in? So we can actually get yellow Rillies in and orange Rillies, but typically they've never done well whenever I've got them in secondhand. We did import some orange Rillies this time, and they did fairly well. So it would be interesting to see how they do. So we might try that. Let me know. Do you guys think yellow Rillies sounds interesting? I just want to say that they'll look just like orange Rillies, but I'm not sure. So yeah, we could definitely order in some different Rillies. Dictator of God Kyle says, I don't trust myself to buy expensive shrimp. I couldn't imagine paying $150. Me either. So like, I would have never, like, if he didn't send those shrimp, like, as, like, hey, like, I'm going to send you some really nice shrimp, and, like, here's the price, and I'm, like, if he didn't do it that way, and he's just like, hey, you're getting Galaxy Pintos, and here's how much they cost, I would have been like, no, I don't want those. But I'm glad that we did get them in because it brought them into the U.S., and really it's only going to help the U.S. out, because some really good hobbyists got the shrimp, and I know they're going to be able to breed them and introduce new lines, or USA bred Galaxy Pintos, and so that's going to be really cool. So at the end of the day, we're helping the United States shrimp hobby grow, which is what I am all about. Let's see what Charles said. Oh, Chris Fuller says, you got to spend money to make money. That is the truth. Let's see. Charles Fishtank says, funny thing is, I can't seem to convince myself that it is worth it to buy expensive shrimp. Yet at the same time, I spend lots of money on expensive angelfish. Go figure. Yeah, so we need to get you on like buying $6 shrimp, like get a decent amount of them, breed them, and then make a little bit of money, and then you're like, woo, like okay, we can do good with this. Let's buy some $20 shrimp and hope that we can breed those and sell the babies for $10 a piece. Like when you start looking at it that way, like makes sense a little bit. So Dank Tank says everyone has their own scale of worth. Yeah. So each person definitely, like, one thing could be worth a ton to one person and nothing to the next person. And that's so true. So like Galaxy Pintos to some people are like, oh my gosh, like I have to have these, $250 for one, like done. Other people are like, I wouldn't pay $10 for that shrimp. And so it's all about that. Darren Portrait, thank you so much for all the comments. I know you've had some really good comments. Saw the Pinocchio shrimp today at my local fish store. They look awesome. Yeah, I actually have those written down. I'm going to check to see if we can import them. And that would be really cool. But yeah, so guys, girls, great discussion today. I really enjoyed spending time with you all. I think I'm going to go hang out with my wife. We really, our work schedules are like completely opposite lately. And so we haven't been able to spend too much time together. So I think we're going to go hang out, kind of have a day with us and Ruby, and go get some Katie's Corner ice cream or Handles or something, and enjoy the rest of the day. Do a little bit of work later, edit some YouTube videos for this weekend, and so thank you all. I mean, the love, the support, all that kind of stuff. Oh, you know what? Let me tell. Before you guys start tuning out, I got one more thing to tell you. This was crazy. So I'm sorry for going back and forth, but this is the last thing I want to tell you guys. But it's kind of a funny story. It's a sad story, but a funny story. Oh, I do have something sad too. So, a couple things to end on. Not all good things, but I would appreciate telling you guys because I know you guys will receive them well. So the first thing is Geo, our mascot, Geo the fish. So I was bagging up fish the other day, and I smelled something, and it stunk really bad. And I'm like, oh, a dead fish. I'm like, that's not good. And I look down there, and I see like the little blue part of Geo floating there, and I'm like, no. I'm like, this is not good. So I get my camera out. I stop what I'm doing. I start videotaping myself, and I promise you, I might post it, but I don't think I will because it's embarrassing. I literally start crying. Like, I'm on video and like I'm crying. So like I had to turn the camera around so that you guys couldn't see my face. And then I go down there, I get the net, and I go to scoop Geo out. Wasn't Geo. It was a convict cichlid that had the same color as Geo. And I'm literally like I'm crying, and then like all of a sudden I'm super happy that it's not Geo. But it was still a fish that I've had, and it died. So I was still like sad, but like the bring down and then the pick me up was like crazy. So thank God that Geo didn't die, but it still sucks that we killed, a fish died. And so yeah, so I was so bummed out. And so it worked out good. Well, it worked out okay. Geo didn't die, and that's the most important thing, because I wouldn't Geo's like the one thing that I don't want to die. So that's good. The last thing, and Chris Roma's in the house. What's going on, Chris? So the last thing that I want to tell you guys before I end the stream, and this is a sad note. We've had a lot of stuff going on. I've had about a year ago, my cousin Kyle, and I don't know if you guys watched the video. My cousin Kyle, like really, really close with him. He passed away. He overdosed on heroin. He was in a recovery house. He was clean for like a year and a half, like doing great. Just an awesome kid. Like when you think of heroin addicts, like I don't know what you guys think of, but like I used to think of like drug dealers, like these guys that like live on the street or something like that. But that's not the case. Like heroin is like this huge thing that is like destroying people's lives. And my cousin was one of those people that just got his life wrecked with it. And he passed away. So it's been a tough year, but we're all finally getting through it. And then 2 days ago, I'm not going to say it was, but it was a family member OD'd on heroin, and it's like real close to the 1 year anniversary of Kyle passing away. They overdosed, and luckily somebody was there and found them and took them to the hospital, and they're okay now. But it was just like, crazy And like, so everyone's like in distraught about it because like we just had a family member die from it, and like now this person, you know, almost died from it, and it's just like, you know, it's a really tough thing. And so that's tough. And then also on the same day that that happened, my aunt and my two cousins were in a car accident, like literally like 10 minutes from my house. Somebody was high on heroin, T-boned their car. I think my cousin broke his his arm. My other cousin was okay, but my aunt really got messed up. She broke her back. She broke a couple bones to her body. She really wasn't doing well. So they've had her sedated. They're doing surgery today, and it's really not looking, it's not looking good. And so it very well could be something that she loses her life over, and so I would really appreciate it for your guys' prayers and support through that for my family and for my aunt and my cousins, just that, you know, you guys could keep them in your thoughts, keep them in your prayers. You know, it really does help. And it's sad, you know, it is sad. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can see me tearing up a little bit. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to end on that. And I really do appreciate all of you and your support. You know, that's what this community, this family is all about. We're here for each other. And so thank you guys. And I know you all are going through some hard times too. You know, there's 100 of us here. We're all going through something. So I'll be praying for you guys as well. Much love to each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your Wednesday or your Thursday morning with me. It's been a blast. So thank you guys. Much love to all of you. Just really, really appreciate all that you guys do. You guys make it a great week, and I'll talk with you guys soon. Later.